Mama's in the kitchen right now doing that same dance. Charlie Hustle is making another play to get back into the game. Pete Rose, banned from Major League Baseball for his gambling more than 25 years ago, is hoping a new baseball commissioner will give him another shot. Rob Manfred, who assumed his post in January, has told Fox News he would consider Rose's request for reinstatement. Our own Adam Housley sat down with the new commissioner, and he joins us live from training in Scottsdale, Arizona. So that's what the sunshine looks like.
Hey, you know, I tell you, it's beautiful out here right now. Spring's always eternal down here, at least it seems that way. I tell you, yesterday when we sat down with the commissioner, he had just met with the Dodgers. He's the 10th commissioner in baseball, the new commissioner that's taken over to run the game. And he tries to see as many teams as he can every year. That always happens. But, you know, this year, the commissioner obviously takes a new importance. So he sat down with the Dodgers, and afterwards he came out and spoke to us and really laid a bombshell when he said that Pete Rose had applied for reinstatement and that he would consider it. Take this into account. Rose, over the last 25 years, has applied before, and both those previous commissioners did not take it up. So the fact that Manfred, the new commissioner, will take a look at it was a big deal, as you might imagine. Charlie Hustle, of course, been banned now for 25 years. And Manfred says that it's a very delicate decision, one he will take very seriously, and he will hear from Pete Rose. Take a listen.
I just think it's a very difficult decision. I think it's difficult because this issue, gambling, is the issue on which the Commissioner's Office was founded, and it is the single issue where we have had our most long-standing and clearest rules.
And, of course, the commissioner alluding to the Black Sox scandal back in 1919 with Shoeless Joe Jackson. Of course, that was gambling, and that have really tried to change the game at that point. Pete Rose, we did catch up with him yesterday. The only cameras that got a hold of Pete Rose. He was in Vegas signing autographs. He would not comment on camera or off camera, for that matter, about the commissioner's new potential stance and the fact that he is going to take it up. One of his close friends did say that Pete, of course, is excited about the opportunity, but at this time he doesn't want to say much about it. We did have a chance, though, to talk with Tony La Russa, the Hall of Fame manager, just elected last year, the third winningest manager in baseball history, been around the game for a long time, and he says there's one group of individuals that the commissioner, and Pete Rose for that matter, really has to take into consideration. Take a listen.
On the numbers, I mean, obviously he's a Hall of Famer, but you know, there's a real sore spot with the actions that he took, and then the denials, and then later on everybody says sorry, and you should understand that. But like I say, the guys that are in that Hall of Fame that took that very personally when Pete made his mistake. I think figuring out where they are today is probably the key.
Yeah, take that into account. You have the Hall of Famers who, of course, have their decision, the fans, and the current players. And as I give it back to you, Harris, think about this for a second. There are a lot of players who weren't even born that are playing today in the major leagues when Pete Rose was banned from baseball. So very hot topic down here in Arizona, as you might imagine, as teams prepare for the upcoming season.
I always like it when you bring up my age. No, I was born, obviously.
Mine too.
Barely. It's good to see you. All right, come back to the couch now. We're going to talk about this. Pete Rose, should he play? And Andrea, you cannot hide behind that 8.5 by 11.
Where'd Andrea go?
Well, she says she's torn. Why are you hiding? Is it a big deal to be torn?
Because I'm a Phillies fan, but I do see a problem with this. I mean, gambling is the unforgivable baseball sin.
No, it's not.
He was the hit king. He delivered the first ring for the Phillies. He's a hit king. He's amazing. I love Pete Rose, but I just feel like he got to draw the line somewhere, and I get it that he didn't dope and he's not A-Rod, and do I have to answer this question?
No, you don't. But you know what? You bring up a good point, though, and I think Adam made it in his report as well. This is where the commission started. You got this commissioner job because of what one person did. We better watch baseball.
Yeah.
So I understand.
It's a tough one. And look, on the merits, he's clearly in, right, for his actual experts on the field. There's no question about that. He played the game hard and with passion. But what he did was really bad. Now, I don't know, 25 years. To mix a metaphor here, sports-wise, he's been in the penalty box for 25 years. And we're a very forgiving country. Look, we're talking about electing Bill Clinton's wife to the
I'm not
presidency.
forgiving, as you can tell from the last segment.
But overall, you know, I think there's a case to be made decades later, maybe give him a shot. Now
okay, can I ask one thing, Kennedy?
Yes.
Has the line moved on what's acceptable behavior? Because A-Rod didn't get a lifetime ban.
Nor Ryan Braun. And these are players who have been suspended for dozens of games, and they're still going to be eligible for the Hall of Fame.
Cheating.
And by the way,
but they shouldn't be.
Pete Rose is a relentless optimist. He was not betting against the Reds.
Oh, my goodness gracious.
He was betting for the Reds. He believed in his team. It's not like he was tanking the team or telling them to blow the games. He wasn't sandbagging.
Kennedy.
And in 1989, when he accepted his lifetime ban, it wasn't until 1991 that they said anyone with permanent bans is not eligible for the Hall of Fame.
That's true.
So I think based on that technicality alone, Manfred should certainly look at his case and say 25 years is long enough.
I like that.
You should look at the case, no question. But I think that Bill Hemmer should be the one to give the ruling opinion on this.
You do?
He's a Reds fan.
Oh, my goodness. So,
well, listen, I will first say I don't know much about baseball, but I am a parent, and I will say this. As a parent, if you don't stick, when you make a punishment, that creates an incentive for people not to do that, whatever that infraction is. It seems to me that if by bending these rules, they're going to keep encouraging people to try, make an example out of him.
Yeah.
I mean, the 25 years is quite an example.
And as I hear what you're saying, I'm thinking of the NFL and domestic violence, which they also have rules and laws against, and we're still seeing it in accusation form, allegation form, and even fact form within some players in the NFL. So it's hard to say that, but my question is, has it really moved? Is this not as egregious as it once was to us as a society?
Is it as bad as doping?
But they're all bad. Why do we have to?
They should have doping rules to be banned for life, and should they be banned from the Hall of Fame?
I think those other people who were doping should be banned. I think unless they have rules, and these guys get paid a lot of money. I mean, come on, is it so hard? You get a big fat paycheck. Be clean. Don't gamble. Don't dope. And keep it clean.
That's what they tell us right here at Fox News. Yeah. That's the Fox News motto, Andrea. No gambling, keep it clean.
No doping. No doping.
No doping. That's our motto.
Oh, my goodness gracious. The bar really is higher than that. Billionaire Robert Durst, the subject of an HBO documentary, officially charged in his friend's murder. But will his apparent bathroom confession be allowed into evidence? And you know those cutesy names given to nail polishes and lipstick? Yeah, Guy, you know all about that.
Sure.
Well, how do you feel about one called Underage Red? Why some people are saying it should be pulled from the store shelves immediately.
Tonight.